welcome. This is Michael, and I'll be talking about my airport simulation. So, for the design, I chose to do a singleton design pattern, a factory design pattern, and an observer design pattern. Under the singleton design pattern, I made my airport and control tower singletons because an airport should only be one and the control tower should only be one. And for the factory design, I made an airplane factory, cargo plane, commercial plane, private jet. The factory is in charge of making the types of planes that we see here. And for the observer design pattern, I used airplane, airport, control tower, passenger, observer, and subject. These all interact to send messages throughout the airport. Here's the airplane. So this is in charge of the airplane and the airplane ID and its type. It goes along with the airplane factory, which creates the different types of planes. Here are the planes. And then we have airport. Airport is in charge of being a single instance, and it sends an announcement throughout the airport. Here's the control tower. So the control tower has a lot of methods that interact with the airplanes, passengers, gates, and runways. Is in charge of handling the flight, the arrivals, the departures, and communicating with the airplanes and passengers. Here's the passengers. This is just like to make a passenger, so they need a name, a flight ID, their check-in status, security status. Here's the observer class and the subject class for the observer design pattern. And here's the main. The main is where we get all of these to interact together. So here prints out the airplane in the airport with their model, the flight ID, and whatever capacity they have, whether it's cargo or seat. And here prints out the passengers where they get assigned to a flight, check into the flight, and has to clear security. And then for our first cycle, we're assigning gates for departures. So we see that the gates are assigned to the planes that we built earlier. And then here's just some announcement for some delays. And then we see that it's back on track here and the passengers have been boarded. And for cycle 3, we see that the planes are departing, and that should release the gate and the runway. So those should be free to use. And for cycle 4, we have new arrivals. We have flight 66 scheduling for arrival, and they get assigned to a gate and runway in order to get the passengers off. And we also see flight 2 scheduled for arrival, and the same thing for them with the gates and runways. And we also see flight 3 for arrival. Now, for this airport simulation, we only have 3 gates and 3 runways. So we see that Flight 99 is trying to arrive as well, but we already have 3 flights that have arrived. So we have no available runway or gates for them. We can see that they have successfully arrived, but for Flight 99, we have to deny them, saying that we don't have any runway or gates, so they have to seek a new airport unless it's an emergency. And at the end, we see that the remaining flights are 3, and we have no gates or runways.